Looks like I am live. Idiot of the day, commit, don't quit. Wednesday motivation. It's freezing rain today here. Jeff here. Just wanted to say hi. Hopefully I have this running. It looks like it is working. Good. Country Cycle Cam. Hey, how are you, buddy? Steve Believe. How you doing? It's good to see you both. You know what? I don't know what it's like for you there. We have freezing rain here. I don't want to say the city shut down, but about 6 o'clock this morning, when we're just going to get up, get ready for work and get the kids to school and that, my daughter called and said, "Dad, I'm not going to school." I said, "Why? What's going on?" She says, "Freezing rain." Excuse me. So, needless to say, the kids are home and that. So, yeah, home. Exciting stuff today. But, yeah, literally they closed all the school buses and everything, all the schools and that. But it just rained all night, and it's like an ice rink out there. You wouldn't believe it. Literally, we had nothing yesterday. Now the freezing rain, it's just crazy. Country Cycle Cam back in London today, yeah. Country Cycle Cam, I'm going to switch it up every day. London, Bora Bora. London, Bora Bora. Just switch it up to day. As you can see, it's just an image and stuff. So just switching it up. It's just so the wife doesn't see the kitchen when she does. Excuse me, I just had a frog in my throat. This way the wife doesn't see the kitchen when she does watch. Steve says pretty warm here. That's good. Yeah, no, it had been, and then it froze overnight, and it rained all night long, and it's literally like sheets of ice. If I could show you, it's ice everywhere. It's like a skating rink everywhere, and you know, with little kids and stuff, and well, just kids in general, they don't want them out in it. And the buses, everything was canceled this morning. You really wouldn't want to go out there. Oh gosh, I'm having that day today. My wife took the bus this morning. It was too much. She said, "I don't want our son out in it," so she stayed home. Country Cycle Cam says, "Raining, just rain, still warm out like it has been." So how's everybody's day doing? Dave, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you. Desmond Saunders. Yes. So I hear, Dave, you didn't get your part for Desmond and that, unfortunately. Have you talked to anybody? Any updates or anything? Is it a part on order or something? Or anyways, I don't want to depress you with that, Dave, because I know what it's like when I can't get out. Like the last couple weekends, I always like getting out, and Joe's been kind of staying around the house, kind of. So it's been a little bit of a. Anyways, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I'm gonna have some coffee here, everybody. Got a little bit of coffee here today. Can you hear me okay? I do have the setting set back to the default setting on the mic. If it's low, I can change it up. Just let me know. The level set to the default for the mic to 100. I could change it to 500. I changed it to 1,000, and it was all tinty, so I didn't want to keep it up to that, so I just dropped it down to the default setting. I'm not going to talk about that the whole day. No worries. I'm just curious if it's low. If it is, maybe I'll switch it up to about 500. Sorry, my chat stopped loading new messages. Okay, let me just see if there's a problem here. It says it's working. Hopefully it's still working for everybody. If it's not, I apologize. Hope it is running. Let's see here. Desmond Saunders Dave says, trying to actually trace it. It has been hard enough. We'll find out in the morning if anything's happening. Desmond Saunders says, fine for me. I can hear you well. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Steve, I don't know everybody. I still don't know what's going on with this mic. I contacted Blue. That's the company. And this is the best. You know, there's no 1-800 number. I can't find a telephone number to get a hold of them. They're technically, the only way is to create a case. And I got this for Christmas. My brother ordered it from Amazon. So you have to send them in all the information. And then 24 to 48 hours, they get back to you. Well, it's been 24 hours. I haven't heard a thing. So I'm not sure what to do. Because I did read about that setting I was telling you about on Windows. But I hear if you change that, it could I guess, mess up your computer royally. So I'm kind of iffy on doing that just for this. So I've stayed away from that. Beer to Beer Man, hey, good day. How are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. Let me just close this. There you are. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're in London. We're in London today. No, my wife was tired of us showing the kitchen off, so we've got two images. We've got a picture of London, England, and then another picture of like somewhere in like the South Pacific. I don't know if it's Bora Bora, Fiji, Tahiti, somewhere. We had that on yesterday, so every day we'll either be in London, tomorrow we'll be back in Bora Bora. Switch it up, just so everybody doesn't have to look at the kitchen. And my wife said, you know what, I always wanted to switch it anyways, which I did. I wanted to do it through Stream Elements, Streamlabs, but haven't quite nailed that shut yet, so I'm using this for the time being. Country Cycle Cam, I reloaded it, it's all good now. Oh, good. I'm sorry if it went down, I apologize. Country Cycle... Oh, no, Country Cycle Cam, did you get to hear about the Fledicorn? Once floored Fledicorn. No, I haven't, Country Cycle Cam. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I did. I haven't yet. So, everybody, did you do it last night, Country Cycle Cam? If you did, is it last night's stream or video in that, my friend? If it is, I'll get to it. I haven't yet, so I'm not going to try to make things up and try to say yes I did, but I haven't yet, no. Country Cycle Cam says, on our trip to the festival we bought a kettle corn. Needless to say, it got spilled in the truck. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not laughing at it, but I feel for it. I know what that's like. We called it once floored Fledicorn, and ate it anyhow. No, I'll have to check that out, my friend. I'll have to check that out. Oh gosh, I can, usually I'll tell the kids. I'm not saying it was one of your kids, but I always tell the kids, don't spill this, don't do this. And I swear, if I don't say anything, everything would be fine. The minute I say don't do this, every time they drop something, spill something in the vehicle. Bearded Beer Man, very nice. Well, it's just to try to get the background out. She just tired of. She said the kitchen. I don't want everybody looking at it all the time. So that's all it was. Nothing more. Country Cycle Cam, I think so, huh? I don't know. I stream twice a lot of days. I don't expect everyone to keep up with it. Yeah, no, Country Cycle Cam. I started too about a week ago, I guess, doing the same thing. I do this 2 o'clock show for an hour and a half, and that's great. But then I've started just about half an hour before I go pick my wife up at 4, from 4 to 4:30. It's a good time for like our time here, Eastern Standard Time. Usually I pick my son up at 3:30, then I get home, and then I have about half an hour from 4 to 4:30, or 20 to 5, whatever it is, to pick my wife up. So I've been doing a second one, and I'm seeing a lot of people that I see some people from here, but I'm seeing a lot of people that there's no way this isn't a good time. They're either at work or doing something. So I've been trying that, and here's what happened. Up to Christmas, the channel was doing quite well, and then after Christmas, after the New Year, I noticed a spike just drop. It went in half. So I didn't know what to do, and I'm not changing this time. I love the time, but maybe it's good for some not for everybody. So what I've tried to do is just increase it a bit, not like another hour and a half show, nothing like that, but at least 30 minutes. So I've added a second part. As you can see, if you do see it on the videos and that, it'll say this just comes up as the video for the 2 p.m. show, and then 4, it'll just come up saying part 2. It's the same title and everything, but I call it part 2 just because I'm just trying to increase, I guess, viewership. That's pretty much, I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So and it's good you see people in that. So hopefully nobody's offended by that. I'm just trying to. I don't know what else to do. So without going at night, and unfortunately night's not the best for us because with the family. I know some people go live at night. And that's perfect, and you know what? That's probably the only time they can do it. So it makes more sense. But for us, I can't do it at night. So I've just tried the half hour extra. If anybody's offended by it, please let me know. But that's honestly all I'm trying to do. Uzo Lou Garage, you can't stay, just stopping by to say hi. Oh, no worries, my friend. Thanks again for dropping in. I appreciate it. You have a good one, and I do appreciate you dropping in. Greetings, Bearded German and Uzo. Yes. So it is good to see everybody. It is great to have everybody here. I really appreciate you dropping in. The Preacher and Gov, Blue Whale. Hello, idiot of the day. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. You know what? Like I always forget to say at the very beginning, you know what? If you're new to the channel, if you like what we're doing, there's this red subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. If you hit that, next to it there's a little bell. If you hit it or tap it, do whatever you want to that bell. The bell rings. What'll happen is you get notifications for lives and for videos when they come up. But that part's over, everybody. Thank you. I'm not a great salesman when it comes to that, so I just like but I'm always told to say it at the beginning or ending or something. So I like to get that over as quick as possible. Catch a second game. Hello, Preacher and Gov Blue Whale. What's up with the name? Curious. You know what? That is a good question. The Preacher and Gov Blue Whale. I mean, I'll tell you, the idiot of the day is just somebody had road rage on my wife last summer. She called him an idiot of the day. Name stuck. That's how we got our name. I mean, if you want to tell everybody what the Preacher and Gov Blue Whale either stands for or how you came up with it, that's great. If you don't, not trying to pry, but yeah, if you do want to let everybody know, that's fantastic. I mean, if you don't, that's fine too. But it is a good question. It is. Let's see here. Let me just take a sip. I was going to say juice, but sip of coffee here today. I sometimes don't know what to call the stream every day. You know what? You come up, as you can see, Tuesdays. I'm just trying to, you're trying to grab something, make something. Some people say it's a good thing to have, like your thumbnails. Try to have the same style of thumbnails so people see. What I do is each week I have one set thumbnail. It stays for the week. Then I switch it up, go and set up a new thumbnail for the next week. And then Jeff and JoJo on Sunday. It's just the two of us, an animated one Joe makes up. But the names of each show, I never know what to call them. I've set up, well, Sunday's always the Jeff and JoJo show. Tuesdays, I came up a couple weeks ago with, it's no big secret, Tube Tuesday. It's Tuesday, we're on the tube, that's it. And I just started calling it Tube Tuesday every week, and just going series 1, 2, 3 every week. So that's one day done. But then I'm like, what do you call everything? So, I've been reading, a lot of people say, go to Twitter, see what's trending. What? Not that everybody that comes usually is coming here anyways, but if you want to see about when you do the hashtags and all stuff like that, people that are looking for such and such, whatever's trending for the day. So today, what did I call it today? I called it, one of the big hashtags on Twitter today was Wednesday Motivation. Another was freezing rain. I guess maybe it's not everywhere, but freezing rain here in this part of the country. So I use those two hashtags, and like I said, they may not work. And a lot of times it's not for when everybody's on here. It's later if somebody's looking for something, they come up with it. Boom. That's all it is. True North Angler. Hey, Adrian, how are you? It's good to see you. Nice to see you. You must be... Are you having the freezing rain as well, Adrian? They closed all the schools and school buses and that this morning. Found out about 6, everything was closed, so the kids stayed home, which is good. They, the one kid's playing Xbox, the other one slept till lunch. So the one that slept at lunch is going to be 16 next month, so I understand the age. She's a girl, and she's getting her beauty rest, I told her. Desmond Donders, coffee juice. Yeah, coffee juice. Imagine that. Desmond Donders. On Sunday night, you were there on Sunday night when Joe was on. She was joking. We went out to pick something up at. It's a store like IKEA. It's called Jysk, Jysk. It's just here. I don't know if it's just in Canada, but it's owned by IKEA. It's like a knockoff chain, but IKEA owns, and it's run here in Canada at least. They have IKEA, but they have Jysks quite a few places too. Anyways, my wife went there to pick something up, a couple of things. It's pretty reasonable, so she went. When we were coming out, she's like, oh my gosh, the hot dog sausages, they have carts outside, like kind of street vendors and that. They have them stuck outside the stores and stuff. And, we don't get them very often, but she says, that smells good. We haven't ate lunch. I said, let's get one. It's pretty reasonable. So anyways, we had a sausage on a bun and stuff like that. It was delicious. Anyways, my wife, every time we have something like that, my wife has got a saying for it. She calls it street meat. So I don't know, WTF Mike Albright was on when we said it. I thought he was going to lose it when we said it. He was laughing his head off. But anybody ever heard of street meat? It's just a goofy saying my wife always says, calls it street meat when you have like a hot dog, sausage, something out at the street vendors. Uzo, Luke Garage. Later, guys. Have a great day. You too, my friend. It was great to have you here. Thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I do. Or as I say, I love it. So... How's everybody's day? You know what? I've yapped on for 15 minutes. I haven't zipped it shut for 15. So, how's everybody else's day? Anybody else having the freezing rain? True North Angler, Adrian, are you in the midst of it too? I imagine you are, but I honestly don't know. I don't think it's just here in London, but I would imagine it's a lot of places. Oh, Desmond Donders, you have Jysk in UK too. Okay, I didn't know. I know IKEA's huge. but I didn't know Yisk. I thought it might just be something here in Canada, maybe in North America. But you know what it is? I find it's like a... I think it's... IKEA runs it or owns it, I hear. And I think what it is, it's just like a knockoff of IKEA. It's a smaller version. It's like a quarter the size of IKEA. But you know what? I find you get the same kind of quality stuff as IKEA. Maybe IKEA has a little bit better or whatever. But I think, yes, as far as I'm concerned, my wife was looking for a new couch. They have these ones. It was awesome. The technology, and you know, the Swedes to build it. You know, whatever they build, as far as I'm concerned, not their technology, but the way they design is amazing. Just like IKEA, they built this. I mean, they've been around. You know, pull-out couches for years. Anyways, the couches comes in like 3 pieces, and the ends pull out on the sides, but the middle pulls out, and it turns into like a fold-out bed. And then on the sides, you pull them up, and they have storage. My wife's like, "Oh my gosh, this is it's about a couple $100 cheaper than a brand new couch, and we need one. We've had this one for about 9 years." And you know, let's put it this way: if you've ever seen the couches before, I'm kind of whatever. I put blankets on them, so without using like plastic on all the furniture. I'm trying to preserve everything. My wife's like, "You're like an old man." I said, "Yeah, exactly." But you know, if you pull everything off, there's the couches are in perfect shape. But you know, after time, couches, you know, the wooden frames inside, they start to not warp but go and stuff. So it's time. I said, you know, the next year we need to look at something. So I said, maybe we need to look at this, because for the price, you know, it has everything. Not that we have a ton of people coming over on the weekends, but you know, when we have visitors, it'd be nice to have a pull-out couch rather than throw some sleeping bags down. The bearded beer man's laughing. Desmond Saunders, yes, I heard about it on Sunday. Yeah, street meat. It's my favorite. Desmond Saunders, Dave says, sitting searching for motorhome parts. Bearded beer man says, it's cold here in California. They call for snow at 800 feet. Are you serious? Wow, I did not know that. Bearded beer man, up to about a week ago, was like here in Canada and parts of the States, we were in about almost minus 38, minus 39 here. Down in Florida, it was minus 50. Not Florida, down in Chicago, minus 50. Dakota's minus 60s, and I think Minnesota was almost minus 70, they said. And now, you know, you're looking at Chicago, it's like plus 50. That's 100 degrees. Can you believe it? That's crazy. Happy Lux, how are you? It's happy to... I was going to say it's happy to see you. It's nice to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Immortal Hourglass. I love that name. I do. You know what? I can't. Moral Hourglass, I will check your channel out after. It's very nice to have you here. Thank you. Everybody, you know what I always say, you know, if you go to someone's channel, and if you do like what you see and you're going to watch, if you leave a message, just leave them some kind of message so they can come back and check your channel out as well. But if you're going to watch, yeah, definitely let them know. If you're not, then it's a different story. But if you like what they're doing, leave a message so they can check your channel out as well and see what they think. Happy Luck Steve, believe guitar idea of the day. Hello, good evening from my side. It's nice to have you here. Thank you very much. Thank you. View This. I like that name too. View This. I know you've been here before, but View This. I like the avatar with the eyeball. I like that. Afternoon, folks. It's great to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. Yes, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate it. I really do. Art Morbid Frank, good morning. I made it. Frank, it's good to see you, my friend. It's nice to see you. You know what? You had a good stream, and I'm sorry that I didn't see it live. I was just saying, Frank, what a difference, right? I don't know what it's like down in Chicago right now, but I imagine it's warmed up a bit. We've got freezing rain here today. It's not... It froze overnight, and the rain, and it just caused sheets of ice everywhere. So they closed the schools and the school buses for the kids, so the kids are all home. But what a difference. Still not minus 50, right, Frank? What a difference. You were saying, you know what, I heard minus 50 the one day, and then later on it's up to 50 again. That's crazy. 100 degrees difference. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But anyways, it's good to see you, Frank. And I saw that camera that you said... you were saying, you know what, you got it at I don't know if it was a thrift store, but it was amazing footage and stuff like that. But unbelievable, $10 in that. But you know, like somebody was saying, I imagine someone who knows what they're doing like you do can bring a picture to life in that. But it's good to have you here, my friend. Thanks again for coming. Everybody check Art Morbid out. Great gentleman, great channel tech reviews, and great. He's actually a musician that has his own band. But if you are looking for great reviews in that on technical equipment, a lot more than that, photography. Check out Art Morbid. Thanks, Frank, for coming. Appreciate it. Drew Food Reviews. Hey, Drew, how are you? Mortal Hourglass. Viewed this. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. Let me just have a sip of I want to say gin and juice, but as you can see, it's just coffee and that. Nothing more, just a coffee. Let's see here. View this. Thanks. We channel surf YouTube and suggest channels that may escape the algorithm, so it seems to fit. It's perfect. Thanks a lot. Viewed this. I do appreciate it. I really do. Excuse me for this. Bangladeshi Canadian mom. Hello. How are you? What? You don't have to tell me, but what part of Canada? I'm in London, Ontario, Canada, about halfway between Toronto and Detroit. It's nice to see you. My wife's here, not your average Jojo. Joe, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're able to drop in, and if I, I know he's here, so I'm going to just joke and say it. I love it, I love it, I love it. G'day, Drongos and idiots. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, it's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. Big difference. It's not. It is, Frank. It certainly is. Joe, I was saying... where was I going with this? I can't remember what I was going to say. Sorry about that. Let's see. Joe, you should see. Oh, Art Morbid put his live out this morning. On his live, he was doing some reviews and that, talking about some channels. Anyways, he was showing some photography clips and stuff. And, his beautiful footage, the black and white is absolutely amazing. Anyways, he was saying, does anybody have an idea what it would cost for this camera? Anyways, everyone's taking stabs at it, like taking guesses and stuff. Anyways, it looks like that he bought it at a thrift shop, but it was $10, Joe. But you should see the footage from the camera. It's absolutely brilliant. It is. Mortal Hourglass, I'm listening and working, but not lurking. A Mortal Hourglass, it doesn't matter. A lot of times I'll do the dishes and I'll leave some channels on. So sometimes I can't always watch that, but I will listen as I'm doing something else. Art Morbid Frank says, Eddie of the Day, Fujifilm, excuse me. Sorry, you know what, I have bifocals, and they're useless. These glasses that I got, great for afar, but not up close. Let me see. Fujifilm, FinePix Z90. Okay, and that must have been it then. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry, Frank, I can't read fine print, and I can read sometimes the chat, but when I need to focus, I really need to take them off, unfortunately. Isn't that great to get a new pair of glasses? And let's see. Drew Food Reviews says, can I have a cup of tea and a crumpet or some fish and chips? Oh my gosh, Drew, I had fish and chips. It wasn't last night. I think it was 2 nights ago. I hadn't had fish and chips in a while, and oh my gosh, it was so good. I could eat fish and chips at least once a week. I could probably do it more, but it's too darn expensive. Fish is... I love fish. Oh my gosh, yeah, now you're going to have me thinking about fish tonight. Joe, do you know what we're having for dinner tonight? You haven't talked about it. Art Morbid Frank says, RT, thumbs and shared. Big support for you, my friend. Thanks a lot, Frank. I really appreciate it, my friend. I really do. And, I know you were talking about Google Hangouts and stuff being not removed, but not. Is it disappearing or going in a different route or something in the next few months? That's really too bad. It really is. Marie, how you doing? Good evening, all. It's nice to see you, Marie. I hope you're doing well. We're in London now. We've traveled afar. Yesterday, we went from London the day before. We went to Bora Bora. Just a joke. But anyways, like I said before, Joe's trying to get rid of the oh, I am too. It's not Joe's fault. It's nobody's fault. We're just trying to give it a different look. That's all. So we put an image of London, England, and it'll be back to Bora Bora tomorrow. Thanks, Keg. Appreciate it. I appreciate it, my friend. Good, Joe. You're going to check it out. Good. Let's see here. Oh, Berto, how you doing? Scarlock Berto, it's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Thanks again, everybody, for taking your time. You know what? If it's a couple minutes, as my wife always says, I forget sometimes, as my wife always says, at the beginning and the end, it doesn't matter here. If somebody says, oh, I got to go, it does not matter. You know what? The best time is when you're here. It doesn't matter if you're here the beginning, middle, ending. Best time is when you're here. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're here today, tomorrow, a week, a month down the road. It's always good to see everybody. So I just want to thank you all for coming. That's pretty much what I want to say. View this. Time to get back on the road. Be well, folks. This idiot's out for now. View this. Thanks again, my friend. Thanks again for coming. Have a good one. It was very nice to have you here. Thanks again. Oh, there we go, everybody. Joe says, I think we're having fish. Now, we had fish a couple nights ago, but it was a fish and chip store. but I think we have some frozen fish and some frozen French fries. So I think that's what Joe's alluding to. That's what we probably have for dinner. And you know, Ethan, he loves fish, so he's gonna love it. You like it, Frank? Gin and juice. The other day, you're drinking gin and juice and tequila in my coffee this morning. Yeah, I saw that. I loved it. Gin and juice. I think only if you would get that joke, Frank. Oh my gosh, when I think of gin and juice, I think of oh my gosh, the Snoopster. That's anyways. It's I love it, Frank. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Drew's Food Reviews. Make sure you dive. Oh, excuse me. See, I can't read everybody. Make sure you drive on the left side while you're in London. Yeah, that you know what? The only time was I've only been to one place in the world where it was on the other side was Australia. I don't, but you know, it's just like if they came here, I imagine they'd be messed up as well. 6 and Spice, it's good to see you. Nice to see you. Thanks again for dropping in. I appreciate it. I really do. Let's see here. Steve Leaf says, Eddie the day, kids time, I'll be back. Yeah, no worries, Steve. I realize it's that time, and so no worries, my friend. Yeah, good luck, Joe. Exactly. So how's your day, sweet? Well, I'm talking to my wife. If I called anybody else a sweetheart, you know, Keg might be like jealous or something. He'd be like, hey, don't be calling anybody else that. But Joe, how's your day going, sweetheart? That's what I was trying to get at. Hope you're having a good one. Joe, have you heard anything about swimming lessons in a couple hours? I was going to call, but I kind of forgot to, so I'm just wondering if you have heard anything about the swimming lessons tonight. 6 and Spice, like your background. 6 and Spice, all it is, honestly, is... I'm not going to blame it on my wife. It's not blaming it on anybody. Before it, watching, you probably would have seen the kitchen always. The kitchen right behind us, and in the side, or the other side, you would have seen the living room. We live in a townhouse, so you're going to see both. And I made a live video where I exposed the living room. You know what? Myself and the kids, not my wife. My wife's never like that. But we left some stuff out, and my wife's like, how could you? You had it on air for everybody to see. I said, yeah, I won't do it anymore. So she said, let's, like I always wanted to get rid of the background and put something else in. So since we can't use the one program Streamlabs or Streamelements for it, it just doesn't work for us on OBS. We had to get some images, so we got two. We have London, England, as you can see, and tomorrow it'll be switched over to Bora Bora. We've used the two already, and we went back to London today, and tomorrow will be back to like a tropical island, either Bora Bora or somewhere like that. Just something like a sunny tropical island or something like that. But just livens it up, and that's all it is. But thanks again. I really appreciate it. Yeah, notifications sometimes, Keg, are... I had no idea. Oh, I do have something to say to everybody. I have something to say to absolutely every single person here. Joe, and I have something to say to you too. So, I can't remember. It's something Shadow, something... you know how Ken from JCTV and Dad's Den Review... JCTV, his channel with his family, he's able to comment in lives with that channel. But quite a few channels have had some issues with... it's called the Shadow something. I don't know exact term for it, but where they can't come into lives and make comments. So he could, on his channel, Ken from Dad's Den Reviews, a real great fella. I love the guy. He comes in. He's got his JCTV family channel with his kids and wife and that. Great channel. Great fella. And that works, no problem. Dad's Den Reviews works, no problem. But he's had problems commenting. So I've seen that, you know, if I rewatch the channel, and he sent me messages too, say, I was on your channel, but it doesn't, you won't see me on the channel. It doesn't allow me to make comments. He could make them, but nobody sees them. But when I replay I'll see it, but nobody else would. And just like any other ones, they can make comments, but nobody sees them. But he let me know today. He sent me a message saying his Dad's Den Reviews. So it looks like YouTube's starting to look into that. So they're going to start looking into the issue about, I don't know if it's just him, but I imagine anybody's having the problem. If people are reported, they're going to look into it, see if they can get this fixed for people. So I sent him a message saying that's great. Because I don't know how long it's been for him now, but anybody that's having it, if that's getting resolved for them fairly soon, or they're looking at it to see what they can do, that's fantastic. Because that would have been mighty hard for them to, you know, they can go watch and stuff, and they can have their lives, but they can't go to somebody's live and make comments and talk to people. It just wasn't possible, so I'm glad that that's working. Big Cake says, damn, Jeff, you never call me sweetheart. Keg, yeah. Oh, gosh. Joe, not Joe. Keg, I love it. Joe says, my day's good, not very busy today. I haven't heard anything. We'll call you after. Okay, sounds good. Mod Squats Comedy. Hello, how are you? It's nice to have you here. Six hands spice keep the wife happy. Yes, and it's, you know, I want to let everybody know, not her. She definitely wanted me not to show the kitchen, but that's not the reason we did this. I don't want anybody to think, oh, it's Joe's. It's my idea. Right from the beginning, I always wanted something, but I couldn't get it done. So now we are able to have something. It's just, like I said, it's an image. It's not like a green screen or anything. Some people have thought, but it's just an image. If I touched it, you'd see it move and that. So it's just an image. And that's all it is. But it fits in perfectly to the screen and stuff. I like the backdrop. I think it's fantastic idea. Well, Frank, you know what? It's we had to think of something, and I can use OBS no problem, but I can't use Streamlabs Stream Elements like I'd like to. It's not a glitch, but I think it's just my computer. It's not the newest computer, so it probably just can't handle it. It freezes up when I try to do transitioning with the overlays and stuff. So I wanted to have, you know, at the starting soon, the actual live screen, the be right back, and the ending screen. Had them all set up, had the overlays set, and I could transition. But it's like 4 or 5 minutes in between, and you know, I'd pretty much take at least half an hour to go to 3 or 4 scenes. So I said, well, can't do that. So this was another way to do it. Let's see here. Yes, Joe, the shadow ban. That's what Yankee Outdoors calls it. Yes. So looks like Joe, that Ken from Dad's Den Reviews, he sent me a message on his latest video today because I commented. We're talking back and forth, and he said, hey, Jeff, I want you to know they're looking into it. So he says, hopefully soon. I said, that's awesome, Ken. I hope it's resolved, because he's had that problem for some time, and he's such a good guy, and so is Yankee, and that and there's a lot of other people. It's not just those two, I realize that, but those are two names that come to mind off the top of my head. GNC, John and Casey, John and Casey No Limit TV. JNC No Limit TV. Don't know if it's John or Casey, but whoever it is, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Let's see here. GNC, Jojo, 1, 2, 3, boom, there. Joe did it, or Jojo did it for you, GNC. Yes, Desmond's daughter says, Dave says, I have heard of a number of folks having the problem. So have I, Dave, but it looks like Ken was saying that he must have talked to them, and they've sent him a message to say they're going to look into it. So hopefully they're able to. Maybe it's just something they didn't, I don't know, but they're going to look into it, I guess, for people or for him. So that's great. G-Money Strong Outdoors. Hey, how are you? It's nice to see you. Welcome. It's good to have you here. It's nice to have everybody here. Thanks again for coming. Much appreciated. JNC says, Jojo, you rock. Oh, gosh. You know, JNC, if she was here, she'd give me a bump on the arm for you. She would. G-Money Strong Outdoors is saying, hey, everybody, it's good to have you here. Let's see. Oh, it's always John. Okay. G-Money Strong Outdoors is always John. Okay, no worries. So how's everybody else's day doing? Everybody else having a good day? You know, I can't be better. I couldn't be any better if I tried. I could not be any better if I tried. Our son. Anybody else? I know there's a few Canadians in here. Anybody else have the freezing rain? We've had freezing rain overnight, so they closed all the schools and the school buses. It was rough out there today. It was like a skating rink. Literally, it was kind of warm yesterday. It rained, and it was freezing overnight, so it caused skating rinks everywhere. But that's what I was asking. Wednesday nights at it's 2:30 in the afternoon here. Wednesday nights at what time is it, Joe? Is it 5:30? What time's Ethan? Ethan, our son, goes to swimming lessons at 5:30 every 5:30. Yeah, 5:30. I was going to say 5 o'clock, but 5:30 every Wednesday night. So I was just saying to Joe in the chat, I was wondering if swimming lessons have been canceled. Joe, Mom said her TOPS program has been canceled, so because I called her and just said, my mom's 76. I told her she goes to a meeting, it's for women her age and stuff, and she goes every Wednesday night. She gets to see them, so she loves going to that every Wednesday. But I told her, you know, there's no point a 76-year-old woman should be out in this. Stay home. It's one day. So anyway, she says it was canceled. So because you know it, if it hadn't been canceled, she would have went. But luckily, she's not going out tonight. Big Keg says coffee. Oh gosh, Keg. What time is it there? 6:30 in the morning or so? Yes, coffee. I don't want to spill it over the place, but whoops. Yeah, a little bit of coffee there. Jojo says my wife Jo says she's going for a walk. See you later. Take care, Joe. We'll talk to you later. And Big Cake says bye to you, Joe. And JNC No Limit TV says John in this one. Okay, John. Yep. Sorry about that, John. Sometimes, I know people's names, but I don't always know. You don't always know people aren't talking back to you directly, except in the chat. So it's always kind of nice to, because it could always be different people, but you never know. Well, it's good to have you here, John. It's good to have both of you, nice to have you here, John. Thanks again for coming, my friend. Drew's Food Review says it snowed here yesterday for the first time in 46 years. Yikes! Really? Yikes! I didn't. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hey, Fitz Bakes, how you doing? It's good to see you. Nice to have you here. Thanks again, my friend. The earpieces, the earbuds, they're working again. It's good to have you here. Let's see here. All good. Okay, good. So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was. I know what I was going to say. Frank, maybe you can answer a question. Maybe you can't. I don't know. I think you've been on here when the audio goes out. So my brother, for Christmas, him and his wife came here to Canada for Christmas. And for Christmas, he bought me a Christmas present off Amazon. And he bought me I don't know if this is going to show up. It's Blue, whatever. I guess Blue's the name of the company. Blue Snowball microphone. So it works, and it works good as long as with this you have to stay close unless we have a thing that drops over, but if otherwise it really this is the best option to be right in front of me. So it works and that. The only thing is the audio once in a while, usually about once, maybe twice every time we go live, drops out. And now I don't use this for anything but the lives, like when we do videos I don't use this, just the camera. But I use it for live and I like it. I actually love it, but the only problem is the audio drops out and everybody goes no sound or no audio. No problem. I literally unplug the USB cable, plug it back in. 30 seconds. I just let everybody know, usually at the beginning or middle or the end. Audio goes out, let me know. And now that I've said it, it's going to go out. So anyways, unplug the USB, plug it back in. Give it 10 seconds, plug it back in. About 30 seconds. I always let everybody know about half a minute, we're up and running. And there we go. We're off. Now, I've tried everything I can think of. I even contacted Blue, the company, yesterday. I sent them an email because they don't have a phone number to call. They have case numbers. So I've tried all the different USB ports in the back. Same thing. Now I'm on to the USB ports in the front because I thought, maybe it's a USB port issue. I don't know. I've tried to research everything, and every one that I come up with gives me something different to do. Then some young fellow was saying that I should go into the settings on the microphone, and he says go into something. What is it here? I'm gonna pull it up here and see if I can figure it out while I'm talking to you. But he said to go into the settings, and I'm not gonna do it while I'm live, otherwise I'll get knocked out. But he said go in the properties of the microphone, and once you're there, he said to go into something called HID Compliant Consumer Control Device. Now, I don't know what that is, but you're supposed to go into that, go into the, what is it? Go into properties, and then go to something, change settings, and in the settings, okay, in the settings of the driver for that device, you're supposed to disable the device, click OK, and it's supposed to correct the problem. The only problem about doing that is I've read this device, HID Compliant Consumer Control Device. I don't know what it is, but it does things for your mic, does things for your what do you call it? Your mouse, your keyboard, a lot of other functions. It says that it can mess things up a lot. Just everything goes back to normal. It's a setting on Windows 10. It's a fix for it, I guess. But it also can mess things up for you. I don't know if anybody would recommend doing that. I'm just afraid if I do and mess things up on the computer. But if there's anybody else there that knows anything about it, let me know. But it's called HID Compliant Consumer Control Device. Like I said, I really don't know what it is, but it's something that's supposed to correct the problem. Let's see. Joy Stewart, hey, Joy, it's good to see you. Sorry, I was rambling. I do that sometimes. And Frank says he knows the mic. Okay, well, like I said, I'm at my wit's end now, and without sending it back, and literally even like sending it back, I have to contact them. They have to send all the stuff out or send me whatever to send it back, and it's been 24 hours. They said it could take 48, so I'll give them to tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm trying my best before going that route, because if it's just something that I need to change on the computer without sending it back, if I send it back, they send me a new one, and I run into the same problem, then it's either got to be setting on Windows or with my computer or something. But I don't know. That's the problem. I talked to my brother about it too. He's the one that guided me to this fella to try to do this. But I'm just curious. I know if not everybody's had that problem, or maybe you've not had that problem either. But I'm just curious if anybody has any clue, because I'm at my wit's end with it. Let's see here. Yes, Fitz, it's happy Wednesday to everybody but Keg. Yes, Fitz, you're right. Keg is from the future. He has a lottery tickets number, and one day he's gonna break the bank, win, and that's gonna be it. We'll never hear from Keg. Keg will probably own YouTube by that time, and then if you say, "Yep, that Drongo, he's out of here, gone," I'll wake up, try to log in, and there won't be a Drongo of the day anymore. Twister says, "Did you get my question about the baby and the king cake Fitz?" Our Morbid says, Frank says, "Have you tried updating the drivers for the mic on your PC?" Frank, it's the only thing I haven't tried yet, so maybe try that. It says everything's up to date. See, what the problem is, this fella that says to do all this is about this HID compliant device or whatever. Now, when he does this, he's got the little yellow exclamation when he goes into the driver part for the device. Everybody that does the video has that problem, and then when they either enable or disable it comes back, it must fix something. So that's why I'm iffy on doing that, because it doesn't say there's a problem with the device. So I'm figuring if I disable or enable it or something, I'm gonna run into a problem. But I'm gonna try that next step about the drivers and that. My problem about the drivers a lot of times for devices, they always say they're working, and then when you try to update them, they say, "Oh, they're updated fine." They don't give you the options. So, but I'm gonna try that, Frank. I will. Let's see. There we are. Let's see, we got that. Sorry, everybody. I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just checking this out. Perfect. Okay. Joy Stewart, in NOLA, the king cakes have that little baby in them. I wonder what NOLA is. That little baby in them. Whoever gets it in that piece gets good luck, but plastic baby and waffle iron. Sorry, Joy, I was just reading your comment So, how's everybody else's day doing? Everybody else doing pretty well? Leonard, how are you, buddy? How you doing? I'm doing pretty well, Leonard. I hope you're doing well. I was saying, Adrian from True North Angler, he's down... I think he's down in Cambridge area, so he's not too far from you, Leonard. Are you you having the same issue as we are in London today? Did you get the freezing rain? Yesterday it was warmer. It was like plus whatever. Today overnight it rained, and the freezing and the rain all at once caused skating rinks everywhere. So they closed the schools. They closed all the school buses, everything. So the kids are home today. They're having a blast. The kids upstairs playing Xbox. So he's up there playing games with all his friends with his headset, so he wants to have no part of this. Daughter, well, she's 15 going on whatever, and she's she slept till about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and she's at her mom's, right now, but I called her, and she's like, "Yeah, Dad, okay, can I get off the phone quick?" But yes, Leonard says ice rain is brutal. Yes, exactly. Is a bugger. We're just wondering. We have swim lessons for our son on Wednesday evenings at 5:30, and it's at the other end of town, and it's not that far, but it takes about 25 minutes on a good day. So if it's gonna be canceled, I'm kind of grateful. The only problem is he was sick last week, so we missed last week. So if we miss this week, he only has 7 lessons, and if you miss 2 lessons, that's it. You can keep going, but you failed the course already. So since they missed 1, my wife's like, he can't miss today unless they've canceled it. So I'm kind of hoping it's canceled, because I'm not really a fan of going out in that. Leonard says, don't go out, it's dangerous. Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Like, I've been out, salting everything in that, because it is literally like a skating rink. But yeah, I'm not a fan of going out in this. It's a bugger. But Art Morbid Frank says, I use an extra. Frank, that's another thing they're talking about. Would you suggest a hub? There was this one fella in one of the. He says to bypass some of the problems. He said get a. I need to look at the article again or the review, but he said a little hub, like get it from like Best Buy or so. I imagine you get it from Amazon or whatever. Some little hub that you fit the USB ports and stuff like it, the USB for the mic in and stuff like that. He says that'll bypass it. It's got something to do with Windows or something like that. But do you think the hub would? You said I use an external device to run my mic. I use two devices. Let's see here. I'm gonna read it through again after this, anyways. Frank. The PreSonus powers my mic, then I run that into Line 6 UX1 into my PC program, POD farm, which comes with the Line 6 device, main sound. Okay, well, I'm going to look that up, Frank, I am, and I'm just wondering, I might have to look more into this. Yes, Leonard, daughters, you've got that right. As you can see, you know what, look what's happened having a daughter. No, she's great. But she's 15 and she'll be 16 next month. I can't believe it. She's already talking about her license. But yeah, she'll be 16 next month. But she's at an age right now. They don't. I don't want to say they don't want to listen to you, but they think they know best. That we know nothing right now. Oh, Leonard says everything's canceled here. Okay, I'm gonna have to look. I haven't looked. We went through some program or something for the swimming lessons, so I'm gonna have to look at that, Leonard. I was trying to get through and I couldn't get through to them before. Art Morbid Frank says, end of the day, if you do end up updating the drivers, make sure they come directly from the mic company. Sometimes external sites may cause a virus. Okay, Frank, I will. Sorry, the dog is upstairs with her son, and she's just barking. So if you hear that, hopefully she doesn't. She's just barking a little bit, but she should stop in a second. Suresh, how you doing? Suresh Music and Blogs, nice to see you. Fitzbake says, I'm gonna get out of here, do some work stuff. Y'all have a great day. Yeah, you too, Fitz. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Thanks again. Let's see here. Art Morbid Frank says, yes, it's an external sound card that would work as well. Okay, I may have to look into that, Frank. Maybe that's my problem. I don't know, but I do like the mic, and I think it sounds good. Now I have one of those like the pop filters. When I first set this up, we had it connected to the back of the computer desk, and it has like an arm that, I don't know what you call it, but some kind of like arm that sticks out, and then you leave the mic connected to it, and it just drops down. And it wasn't bad. It has like the pop filter connected over top of it, and it sounded good. But since I've just put the mic on the little stand in front of me, I've taken the pop filter out. So that might have a little bit to do with the clarity, but maybe I'll have to reconnect that. But I'm going to try what you've said, Frank, to see if I can, maybe that'll fix it first, because I'd hate to send it back if that's all it is, because if sending it back, getting a new one's going to cause the same issue, I may have to try as much as possible before that. Joy says, I'm good, how are you? Well, hope you're doing well, Joy. I hope you are. Michelle Angelina, A.K. Elmo. Idiot of the day. Hey, Michelle. Or is it Michelle or Mikkel? It's nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Yes, in the chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming. And it says, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. What's up, Suresh? Well, you know what? It's Thursday afternoon. Oh, it's not Thursday. What? Gosh, I'm 24 hours ahead of myself. It's Wednesday afternoon, Suresh, and all's good. We've had a little bit of, just the part of Canada we live in, had a bit of a nice storm overnight. Some rain and some freezing rain at the same time. So all it's done is cause like ice rinks all over the place on the roads and the sidewalks, everything, Suresh. So the kids were able to stay home. They canceled the schools and the buses and stuff for the kids. So the kids are all home. 21090 Bruin. Todd, how you doing? Hey, Jeff, idiot of the day. Wow. Look at the nice stream, OBS stream you have here. Todd, to be honest, it is OBS, but the image is just an image. It's not actually running through OBS. It's just an image. We've got two now, Todd. My wife, Joe, and myself, and it's not just my wife, but we wanted to get rid of the background, the kitchen. You know, everybody's seen the kitchen. So she says, can we get through this and just get a different image. So we have London, England, as you can see, and we also have another one. It's Bora Bora. Tomorrow it'll be Bora Bora. We'll be in a nice, warm, hot location tomorrow, but today we're in beautiful London, England. And like, sounds good. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it. Perchers are officially the best mod ever. You're on the ball when people come in. If I miss something, Marie or Dave, I'm sorry. You know me, sometimes I can get rambling, so I do miss stuff. So if I have, I apologize. But thank you very much for people when they do see things going on. So I much appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Oh, Balker TV, how are you? If I missed you, I want to say hello to you. Thank you very much for dropping in. Hope you're well, doing Indie of the Day. Yes, Michelle Angelina, a.k.a. Almo, I'm doing well. I hope you are well, too. Leonard Shea says, they just opened my new GoPro in black, and I saw your video and decided to get one. Good, Leonard, they're awesome. They are amazing. Now, I did a live with it on the weekend, and Leonard, I'll let you know, the GoPro is amazing. It only has, like, with the battery that is plugged in, capability to run for an hour. Like if you go live, after an hour you'd have to power it up again. So it's great for live only. And the nice thing about the live is in 3 or 4 minutes you can have your live stream. It's so quick. It's even quicker than OBS and everything. It's just it's bang on. It's really quick. It asks you for your information, and then boom, you connect right through to YouTube. So it's great. But I'll tell you, the image, it shows everything. And that's what happened here, why we have a different picture in the background. It showed everything in the townhouse we lived in, and my wife wasn't too happy about that. So she said, can we change it up? Yes, Leonard, it is. Like I said, it's an image. Joe says, ancient KFC secret. It's not. It's just an image. That's all it is. But yeah, it's if I pushed it, you'd see it wave back and forth. It's an image in our kitchen, but you know what? We iron the image, everything. But yeah, everything is just an image. That's all. Desmond's no, Jeff did not miss a thing. Okay, good, Dave. I thought, you know, Marie was talking to you, so I thought sometimes I do miss things, just like anybody, and I thought I missed it. Suresh, did the day the background's better than the previous one, I guess. Well, I like the 2 images that I have now. The kitchen, I didn't mind that, but on Sundays when we do the Jeff and JoJo show, you're going to see the kitchen. I can't have this and have myself and my wife in it. We'll be too close together, and you wouldn't see us properly. So we have to take the OBS out of the picture when Joe's on the... Not OBS, but we'll have to take the image out of the picture so you can see Joe as well. And when we go live on Sunday night, we take the chat off the screen. Like, I could take the chat out now, but I kind of don't mind the chat. I didn't know what I thought of it first, but I kind of like the chat the way it is on the screen. And Bandit City Camo Crew Explorers. Hi, how are you? It's great to see you. It's great to see you. Thanks very much. Oh, yes, Marie. Yes, complimenting Dave on his welcoming attitude. Didn't miss anything. Okay. No, you know what? I guess what it is, Marie, you know what? Sometimes I guess you don't have to worry when there's always somebody there doing that. So I kind of forget. So I do want to say thank you to you and Dave and everybody else. I want to say thanks for welcoming people as they come in. I try my best, but sometimes I do miss people. So I really appreciate it. What? 21090 Brewing. Darn, I missed it. Gary's sprinkle shout out at Joy Stewart. Leonard, end of the day, great advice. Yeah, no, but Leonard, they're amazing. And if you want to, somebody that talks about the GoPro, there's a ton of GoPro reviews and that. But if you know the Mitten Dad, he does. He's been doing a lot of reviews, like a lot of videos recently on the GoPro, and he has like the time lapse, the time warp, everything. A lot of stuff on GoPro, but it's pretty fantastic. And he does one about how going to live to Facebook and to YouTube. So I watched a few of his. I haven't done everything with his, but I think he's done a nice job with them. Let's see here. Suresh says, I think in life we need an honest friend and not just for sake friendship. That's what I am feeling now. Yes, Suresh, you're very true on that, my friend. You are true. Dangerous Criminals, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Keg, I love it. Big Keg says, gotta go get milk and bread, so talk to you later. Take care, Keg. Thanks again for coming. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hooroo. Take care, Keg. Let's see. Desmond Donner's blush. That's awesome. No, Dave, Marie is 100% correct about that, my friend. Let's see. Now, Leonard, the only other thing I have to say about the GoPro, you know how I was saying they only last an hour? There is another way around, because you can get different battery backups. I think you can go to Amazon or probably Best Buy and get like, not backups, the batteries like 2 or 3. I think they're like $30 or $40 for 2 or 3. But the Min Dad said another way around that is if you went to Amazon or wherever, Best Buy or one of these other shops, you can get the battery backups. I think it could be GoPro or like knockoff ones, but the battery backups, he said they last a day and a half. So once you plug them in, charge everything, you're good to go for a day and a half. So your charge it'll last pretty much almost forever. So that's another way. That's what I'm thinking of doing, the battery backup, because I just have to look at it through Amazon, I think. Oh, Leonard Shea says, I know the Min Dad. Okay, yeah. Well, the Min Dad, he's about it last week, I think it was. That's when he was talking about it. And he was on here, I think, last week talking about it as well. But there's other people too. I'm not trying to just, but I know has definitely, he's done reviews on them, like where he actually takes them out and reviews them and stuff like that. But all of his footage recently has been just with the GoPro. And for me, the reason I went, there's other ones, and other people use other ones. That's, for me, it was the most reasonable priced, rather than getting I don't have the money for a more expensive, and I'm not as technical to do this with my camera. So the GoPros, I want to just say, take it out of the box and go with it. So that I do like that for me, not for somebody that knows what they're doing. Let's see. Leonard says, end of the day, I'll chat with him and Dad. Okay, yes. Yeah, there are quite a few people, but yeah, he definitely, he's pretty bang on with it for sure. Oh, Joe, you're back. You're back. Not your average JoJo. Thanks, Dave. I didn't know you must have been out for your walk, Joe. You must have been out for your walk, so it's great to have you back. Yes, Leonard Shea says, end of the day, thanks. He's a funny guy, crazy guy. Yes, he is. Joe, Leonard Shea is, as you can see everybody here, but Leonard Shea's here. Leonard was saying he just picked up GoPro, and I was just saying, there's a lot of people out there, but Min Dad has got a few videos that explain quite a few things on how to go live and how to do this with them. So, I mean, I'm sure, Leonard, you'd probably be able to do it yourself anyways, but if you're looking for something, he definitely sets them up pretty quick and stuff on the videos and that. Elf Lord Journeys, hey, what's up? It's nice to have you here. Thank you very much for dropping in. I really appreciate it. My gosh, where's an hour gone? It's flowing by in a blink of an eye. I was going to sound like a real old person, say, in two shakes of a lamb, or whatever. But what does this say here? That's funny. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, no, I'm looking at the dashboard, and it shows that I'm the chat. I'm on OBS, but I've got a sidebar. And it shows it's not kept up to the time, so I'm just wondering what was going on. Elf Lord Journeys, what's up? Well, about 5'9", and no, we've had a little bit of an ice storm, so we've got the kids home. They had to stay home from school. They closed the schools here, and what do you call it? Closed the school buses, so they got to stay home one more day. So they're a little bit excited about that. How about yourself? How's your day going? I hope you're doing well. It's great to have you here. It's great to have everybody. Thanks very much. Let's see here. Oh, yes, Jojo says to Leonard Shea, yes, he's got good tutorials. And if you have questions about something, it doesn't matter. He'll make a tutorial. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing. Because he made a tutorial about the Facebook, going live with Facebook. And I thought, well, how do you do it with YouTube? Literally, I sent him a message. His next video, he did a tutorial. So if you have questions, he'll literally make a video on whatever. I mean, I imagine within his own realm and stuff. But he will be able to probably make a tutorial on it. And he does a great job. They're pretty quick. Within, 4 or 5 minutes, he's explained everything. So I kind of like that. I really do. Oh, Elf Lord Journeys. I like your green screen behind you. Well, I wish it was Elf Lord's a green screen, but it's not. It's an image, that's all it is, but I'm not telling any secrets. It's just an image, but I'm using OBS, so it literally looks like I have the OBS, like I've taken myself out, and that's what I wanted. That's what we did. Now, I don't have any, I have two. I have this London, England, I have Bora Bora or some South Pacific island. So every day now, I'll be in England and I'll be in Bora Bora the next day. It just livens things up, changes it. But I always made a joke that, you know, if I could have running video in the background. I was talking to Mickey XOXO the other day. I think it was yesterday. I made a joke with her. I said, you know what? She was saying you should have underwater or like climbing mountains. I said, yes, exactly. If I could have running video, I would have like an aquarium or the ocean and have sharks coming at me the whole time. I'd be like swimming with sharks. I would love that. Or mountain. I would like to like have a plane or something where, you know, it looks like you're jumping out of an airplane. I put a backpack saying, hey, I'm coming out. But yeah, literally I would like stuff like that. But I could only do that if I run like Streamlabs or Stream Elements and get it going that way. But like I said, if there's a way to do it, I would try and figure it out. But I've tried my best, and the transitioning of everything, it takes too long. It's like a 4 or 5 minute lapse in between transitions, and it kind of locks up, and then it gets there, and then you're on to your next scene. So this is what we have. Yes, Purchase Marie says, Idiot of the Day, half expecting Ethan to walk out of the phone box. Wouldn't that be funny? He's literally, Marie, he's upstairs playing Xbox. He didn't have to go to school. We had not a snow day, but a nice day. Freezing rain. So literally, this morning we woke up, anybody in this part of, or in Ontario, I imagine, woke up to freezing rain. So it's like a skating rink everywhere. Literally, they shut all the schools and the school buses down. It's too dangerous to take the kids out. So yeah, they shut everything down for the day. Probably, I would imagine everything will be up and running tomorrow. But yes. Elf Lord Journeys, we have school closures also. Tahoe got 8 feet of snow, 1 inch in Reno. Wow, it's funny, you know, we have not had the snow like other people had. We've had snow and colder weather, but we've not had that amount of snow. I want to knock on wood right now, because the minute I say it's going to happen, but we've been lucky. We've had the cold weather about a week ago, but we've been lucky in the snow accumulation, I guess. Yes, Leonard, if you, you know what? How about this? If you want to see the Bora Bora one, Leonard, at any time, if you go to the channel or the videos, if you go back to yesterday's videos, I can't remember what I called it, but I can't remember exactly. I think yesterday was Tuesday, so I called it Tube Tuesday. I'm calling every Tuesday Tube Tuesday just as kind of something to call it. But yeah, yesterday's we'll have Bora Bora. So if you want to see that, it'll be on yesterday, and tomorrow will be Bora Bora. It's just today was England, that's all, or London. But yeah, it's nice, Leonard, too. It's a nice, bright, sunny day, and you know that's all I need, like cocktail or something like a what do you call it? What are those fruity drinks I love, Joe? The coconut ones. Oh gosh, I can't think of like coconut and pineapple and that. I love those kind of drinks. I love beer and other drinks, but I like those ones too. Yes, tomorrow's live stream will be Bora Bora, exactly. Yes, and Desmond's daughter said Bora Bora was yesterday. Yes, it'll be tomorrow. Gemma, how are you? Not Jenna. Jenna's my daughter. Gemma's Journey Grace. Hey, how are you? It's nice to see you. You had a great video on that, going to the hairdressers, Gemma. Very nice. It's great to see you, Gemma. We're back in London, England again. It's nice to have you here, Gemma. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Yes, Dave, Gemma's going to the hairdresser. Nice hair. It looked very nice on her, didn't it? It looked very nice. And very nice video on that she had. Lennis Shea says, should get a Scottish background. Oh my gosh, that would be great. Leonard, we've looked into a few. We've seen one that we would love. We talked to one of the fellas yesterday. They have one from space. It's literally space station or space, the shuttle or whatever, looking down on Earth, and I would love that. It was just a little too big for the image, so we'll try that. Art Morbid Frank says, Eddie of the Day, I found a good USB hub for only $10 on Amazon for you to check out, but I'll have to send the link to you through message. Okay, Frank, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate that. Give me a second. Let me see here. Give me 2 seconds, everybody. Give me a second. Okay, good. That's been switched. Well, yep. You can either send it, through message, or if you want to put it up here too, or more, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But you'll see the color of channel change in that Artmore, but I just switched it up in the chat for you. Sorry about that. Sometimes I like to add. Anyways, you'll see it when you're talking at the next point. I have to run. Have a good day, all. You too, Joy. Thanks again for coming. Yes, Leonard. I want to go. Wouldn't you love to go to Bora Bora? Leonard, that would be a great one. If you both went to Bora Bora. I mean, I've loved seeing Mexico. I've loved seeing Jamaica. That would be a good one, wouldn't it? I'm sure you'd love to go. I'd love to go to Bora Bora. Leonard says, I've never done Google Hangouts. Yes, Leonard, Google Hangouts is fun. I've only used them a couple times. I've been on a couple of Google Hangouts. But Marie, we'll have to talk once everything's switched around for you again. But yeah, we'll try about the Google Hangouts down the road for sure. Let's see here. Suresh, bye everybody. You take care, Suresh. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Yes, wouldn't going to Scotland be amazing, Leonard? I would love to go. I'd love to go overseas in that. I've been to Australia, but I've never been over to Europe. I'd love to go over to Europe, Asia. Gosh, Africa. I love to see everywhere, but no, I'd love to see it over there. What do we have here? Gemma's Journey. They always love your streams, my friend. I was stressed when I left. Oh, I'm sorry, Gemma. I'm sorry to hear that, but you know what? Your video, you looked like you were. It was a very nice video, Gemma. Very nice. See. Sorry, everybody. I'm just reading through everybody's comments. My wife always says, "Don't read everybody's comments. They're just talking to one another." So I try. Ducati bike is awesome. Oh my gosh, Leonard, that is awesome. A Ducati. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that name in a while. Ardmore. Oh, there you go. Sounds good. Thanks, Frank. I really appreciate that, my friend. I really. There. Good. Good. Frank, what I will do is I will take this after this evening. What I do is I always go through usually after supper, after we've had supper with the kids and that. Because I don't put a description in everything, whatever the video is about. So especially since they're lives, if we talked about such and such, I put the hashtags, three hashtags in there, but then I never get a description. So usually after supper, I try to watch the lives again, or I don't watch them all, but I scan through them every couple minutes, and then I'll put this is what this was or whatever. So now I'll be able to check, and I'll check that link for the Amazon link, Frank. I really appreciate it. I really do. But that, if you think that'll work, I'm going to try that, Frank, because you know what, honestly, it could be that, because I think the fellow was saying something about getting another device to connect, and that should fix the problem. So that'll be amazing. Thanks again, Frank Artmore, but I really appreciate that. I really do. You didn't watch my videos. Happy Lex, I have not seen anything on Ducati. I haven't seen a Ducati in years. Lenny Shea says, Desmond Saunders, I'd like to see the Highlands. Everyone knows it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, Leonard, you know what? My wife Jojo and I love, literally about a year or two ago, we started watching this show. I forget which channel it's on. I think it's Showcase or something. It's called Outlander. It takes place, it's a couple hundred years ago, but it takes place in 1750 and 1945 or something like that. It takes place in both times, but it takes place in Scotland. And, you know, they show the Highlands and everything. And my wife, I didn't know she'd be quite interested in it, but she was. So, yeah, I've really enjoyed the show. We started watching that, and then we started watching Game of Thrones. And surprisingly, my wife was into that too. I was surprised. Oh, no, Frank, no worries. Let's put it this way, our morbid Frank. Sometimes I forget. It's not that I don't mean to. You know, same with Desmond's Daughters. I just recently, it's not that I'm, you know, they've been there forever now. Sometimes I forget. I did at the beginning, and then I forget sometimes. So that's all it is, Frank. That's all it is. And there's the link. Okay, well, I will check that out after. I promise I will. Well, I guess I don't need to promise. I'll need something, so I'm definitely going to look at it. Thanks again. Sure had 2 Ducati bikes. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love Edinburgh. Oh gosh, Marie, someday we'll have to get over there. We will. And you know what, Joe says we have to. And you know what, my dad's side, they were all from Ireland, so she says, you know what, if we go, we'd have to see all the places, because I imagine everything. What I see is it's not there's not a distance. It's not going to take forever to go see everything. Maybe a little bit of time. We would need more than a few days, but I'd definitely love to get over there. One is sold. Okay. Journey Grace says, Gemma says, thanks. I wasn't sure I was going to do it, or not, but I am happy to. Oh, good, Gemma. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you did. I really am. Oh, wow. Happy Lux. Look, the one with 39,000, 39K views. That's amazing. You like it? Okay, that is amazing. Definitely have to take a look at that one. Oh, thanks, Frank. I really have to help you, my friend. Thanks so much. You know what? Sometimes I look and find things, but I don't know always exactly what I need to look for, Frank. That's one of my biggest issues, too. I'll do, not reviews, I'll research things on YouTube or whatever. I'm like, oh, there's exactly what I need. Then I go through and it's not what I was looking for. So it is nice to talk to someone that knows what they're talking about. It really is. Oh no, Happy Lux, I realize that, but I see that you know what, you're talking about Ducati, so I still like to take a look at it, my friend. That's all I meant. Marie, the purchase says, any day you need to get Jojo to watch Still Game. Still Game, is that Game of Thrones or Still Game? Is Still Game like a movie or a show, or are you just talking about Game of Thrones, Marie? Desmond Saunders with subtitles. Oh gosh. Let's see here. There's a quick question. I'm not going to try to get talking about a specific subject, but I think Marie knows me. Once I get talking about something, I ramble on for a tiny bit. Does anybody else like Game of Thrones? I'm a big I mean, I'm not techie enough to, or not techie enough. I don't know enough about it. I can't talk about each characters. I know like the Lannisters and all that kind of stuff. But does anybody else enjoy some Game of Thrones? I love it. I've missed it. It's been way too long. I think, is it this April or something it comes back? I know it's coming to the end, but I can't wait. You know, Jon Snow and the rest of them. I can't wait for it to come back. And, oh my gosh, I can't wait for it to come back. And Joe and I just finished watching Outlander. It just ended a week or two ago. So we said now we have to wait a whole year to see what happens into the next season. Super Mum Go, hi, how are you? Hi, happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday. Let's see here. Oh, Desmond's Daughter, it's a comedy TV show, Jeff. Ah, okay. Gemma's Journey says, Journey Grace says yes. Oh, good. Yes, Steve, thank you so much. And Steve is saying, Super Mum to Go, welcome to the live stream. Yes, welcome everybody, and thank you, Steve. I really appreciate it. I try to say hi, but sometimes I don't say welcome to people. So thanks, Steve. Much appreciated. Gemma, I'm a Lannister fan. Oh my gosh. Who do I like? Is it Tyrion or Tyrion? How do you say his name? Peter Dinklage from, is it not Tyrion Lannister? Is that, am I saying it right? Tyrion Lannister or Tyrion Lannister? Oh my gosh, I love that show. Absolutely love it. I can't wait for it to come back. And what's the fella that, you know, the princess, the blonde-haired princess, what is her name? Anybody that watches, give me a hint, please. Oh gosh, what is her name? Emily Clark. Do you know the name? I'm Tyrion. Tyrone or Tyrion? Is that Gemma? Yes. Now, what's the blonde-haired princess's name? Emily Clark. I can't think of her name on Game of Thrones. Anybody give me an idea what her name is from Game of Thrones? Anyways, that character, you know, her friend that follows her through all the seasons, the fella that he gets stuck in one of the last seasons, and he doesn't get a disease, but he gets something where he turns to, like his arm starts turning to stone or something like that. That fella, whatever his name, that's one of my favorite characters on Game of Thrones. That guy, I love that character. That guy is one of my favorites of Game of Thrones ever. I like I said, I'm not trying to just talk about Game of Thrones, but if anybody realizes who that fella is, that guy's a name on the show. I love that character. That guy's amazing. Desmond Saunders, we watched it to start, but then gave up on it. Well, you know what? It was something I enjoyed, and I didn't think my wife was. But she, even after the first episode, I thought I was going to turn to her, and she was going to say, never watch that again. But she turned to me. She says, we're going to keep watching, right? I said, yes. Steve says, any of the day, I've never watched Game of Thrones. I don't know anything about it. Steve, no worries. I'm not going to make this all about that. I'm just curious if anybody could think of the name off the top of it. Daenerys Targaryen? Yes, that's it. Yes. Gemma, thank you so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Gemma, I love when the fellow the faces. You remember the man that talks to the young girl, Jon Snow's sister, and she meets up with him, and then she trains with him. Like I said, I don't know the characters' names, but I do love that. Steve says no problem. Okay. Anyways, I will not go on about it anymore. Gemma's Journey to Grace says, Are you on about Mother of Dragons? If so, she's called Daenerys Targaryen. Yes, that's exactly who I was talking about, Gemma. That's exactly who I was talking about. So, how's everybody else's day going? Everybody having a good day? It's been really nice, to see people today. We see people every day, but it's great to have everybody here today. It really was. Sorry, I won't. Sometimes I go off, like I said, on tangents. I started talking about Game of Thrones, and I could lose people in 2 seconds. So I wanted to bring it up for a second, but that's all it was. So I'm done. I promise. I won't go on about Game of Thrones. But oh my gosh, I love that show. I do. Yesterday I started talking about Star Trek, and then now I got sidetracked on the Game of Thrones. Let me just have a sip of coffee. Not Jitty Juice, coffee. Gemma, I will. I could talk all day about that. But yes, that would be good, Gemma. We'll have to talk about that on Facebook. That's a good idea. Probably better than bringing it up here, Gemma, and people getting lost in it. Because, what? I'm sure some people love it, and some people it's not their just like if they start talking about something else. So yeah, and I guess it's not all about a Game of Thrones. So you're right. Marie says never watched it either. I think some people love it, but it's I guess a fan favorite for some and not for everybody. Marie, but I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I did. Oh, Steve, I know, but. Now, Star Trek I can talk about. Dave, yes, I realize that. And what? I think we got talking about that quite a bit yesterday. And, that just brought me into Logan's Run. You know that, Dave. I couldn't quit talking about Logan's Run after that. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. Let me check a few things out. Now, I have a question. If anybody here is still on here that uses OBS, could they let me know? If you could, I mean. Burgess Marie says, anyways, have you heard that the new Bryan Adams song written by Ed Sheeran? No, I haven't, Marie. I have not. Marie, he was just here 2 weeks ago here in London. He played the end of January. He came to London in Canada here. He was here... about 2 weeks ago, I guess. You have to listen to it, Steve. Yes, Art Frank says, have a good night, everybody. See you all soon. Frank, I really appreciate you dropping in. Thanks for the link, my friend. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Have a good night, my friend. Thanks again, Art Morbid. Thanks, Frank. Oh, no, I didn't, Dave. I did not. And she's the one from Logan's Run, Jenny. A gutter. No, I haven't, Dave. Sometimes I forget things. I mean to go look back at them, but if I don't look at it while I'm live, sometimes I forget. But I know what I'm looking for with some of the links, but I haven't looked her name up. But I'll have to take a look at it tonight, Dave. I will. It's funny. I'd never even heard of her name before, but I'll have to look her up. Hacklex says, me. Purchase says, it's not the best, Steve, but it's catchy. Okay. I'll still have to take a look at it, Maria. I will have to take a look at it. Yes, Jojo says, Frank, have a good night. Yes. Joe, Frank gave us an idea about the mic. He says there's a link on Amazon. And I did read yesterday, if you're having a problem with the mic, because I think he's suggesting maybe not to do the thing in Windows, because just in case. Because I read a lot that if we did it, it might bugger the computer up, and it could disable a lot of the devices like the keyboard and mouse. We have to reinstall anything, and I really don't want to go that route. But he's saying, I think there's some of these devices are like $10, Joe, but he's saying that if you plug the mic into that to go, he says you might bypass the issue where it's like timing out for you, where the audio goes out. Nobody can guarantee anything, but it's been on a lot of other videos that I've seen. They're talking about USB hubs and other things. But Frank was saying this thing. He's giving me a link on the chat that to take a look at, and I'm going to look at it and see if that's maybe what. If it is, maybe we'll have to look at that. because that'll bypass that. Because I think sending this back and sending us a new one, if it's not going to fix the problem, there's no point in doing that. And Gemma's Journey Grace says, I'm seeing Ed Sheeran in August at my hometown. Oh, that's awesome. That is amazing. Joe, I don't know if... Did Ed Sheeran come here a couple of years ago? I don't know if he did. He may not have. Shine a Light. Okay, that's by Ed Sheeran and Bryan Adams. I'll have to take a look at it. Marie the Purchase says, I'm a fangirl over Bryan Adams. We like him too, Marie. Now, it's funny, he's Canadian. He's been here a few times, but I've never seen him. He came when it was a few years ago, it was the 30-year anniversary of Reckless. It must have been was that 84 or 85? Whenever Reckless, that album came out, he came here, and it was the 30-year anniversary, so they toured, and when they toured, all they did is they played the whole Reckless album and then the rest of his hits. But I would have loved to have seen that. I think my friend and his wife saw him, but we missed him completely. Oh, jeez. I'll still have to take a look listen to it. Yes, we'll have to check it out, Joe. We will. And then the course gets better. Oh, gosh. You know, I'm so grateful that you came, everybody. I really am. I'm so glad to see each and every one of you. You've all made my day. You know what? It's Wednesday. It's a little gray out today, and it's raining, and it's just blah outside. Not here, but like outside. You know, sometimes the weather can really change your attitude. But talking to you all, you've really boosted my day. So thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate it. It's been so nice to have each and every one of you here. It really has. I really appreciate it. Bryan Adams does nothing for me. Well, he doesn't personally do anything for me either, Dave, but I like his music. You know, at one point, 15, 20 years ago, he was one of the biggest, not movie stars, he was one of the biggest musicians we had ever come out of Canada, as far as I'm concerned. But I imagine he was one of the biggest musicians in the world at the time, back in the 80s and some of the 90s. He was up there with some of the biggest artists, as far as I'm concerned. I love it. My air guitar rocks it to the summer of '69. Yes, Marie, I do love that song too. I like me some Bryan Adams. You know, I do like me Bryan Adams. What was that? The one that he had, Cloud Number 9. I like that. He did two versions of it. The one on the CD and then the one where it's kind of jazzed up with a little bit of, I don't know what it was, but I do like that. Gemma's, Journey Grace Gemma saying, I'm planning on buying a photography backdrop to improve my videos. Oh, that's awesome, Gemma. That is awesome. Now, Gemma, this is just an image. As you've probably seen before, where we go live in our kitchen. And, you know, sometimes the kids, and myself, not just the kids, everybody puts things on the kitchen table. And, you know, sometimes the dishes are out. My wife's like, you know, if we do everything up all the time, it's fine. But sometimes you forget, and then everybody sees the mess behind you. So, you know, we didn't want that, and we never did. Unfortunately, where we live in a townhouse, it's the only option that we have other than, like, the kids' bedrooms, and we weren't going to put this in the kids' bedrooms. So, anyways, we're literally on a wall on the other side of the kitchen, and it's a perfect place. It's out of everyone's way. But, you know, when you have to look at the rest of the kitchen, it's not bad, but I always wanted a different image. So, since the computer can't handle we have OBS running, as you can see, but we don't have the Streamlabs because it locks up too much. So we just have some images in the back, and they seem to work. I mean, if I push this, you'd see it move, but I'm not going to do that because, but yeah, just images and just trying to change it up that way. But that's a nice idea, Jim. It really is. It really is. Jojo says, "Yep, you did it again." let me know when the sound is back, please. And I'm sorry. The sound should be back shortly. Is the sound back, everybody? I hope. The sound, no sound. Okay. The sounds back. Okay, thanks. So it did take a... Joe did text me. I saw it, and I'm like, what? What'd she text me? And I thought, is it audio? And the minute she said it, luckily it wasn't that long, but I'm sorry about that, everybody. It's funny, we made an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes without going out, but again, it did go out. Gemma says, yeah, I go live in my bedroom and film in my bedroom, so I'm trying to tidy up and notice to become... Gemma, you know what? It is what it is. We just, I just wanted to remove it, so without trying to remove it any other way, this is the way. It's literally... You know what? It's an image. That's exactly what it is. It's a picture. The picture hangs. I'm not giving anybody any whatever. It's just a picture. It hangs from the ceiling. So if I pushed on it, you see it wave back and forth. Literally behind this picture is the picture of Bora Bora. It hangs from the ceiling. We take it off. We put the other one in. And I could do that now, but I'm not going to do it right now. But literally, that's all it is. We just figured out how to hang it so it stays within the image here. That's all it is. So, we went to the store, and we're able to get these picture images and stuff. That's all it is. I mean, I imagine it's just figuring out what your dimension would be, but we knew exactly what we needed. That's all it is. But I'm sorry that the audio went out, everybody. I apologize. Let's see here. Sounds back. Okay, it's back. Yes, I know. Desmond's... Yes, and don't call me Shorty. Desmond Donners, I love it. Okay, everybody. I'm so sorry about the sound going off. At the end of the day, if you want, you can use the... If you want, you can also use the green screen, and you can put anything you want. If you want, you can also use the green screen, and if you can, put anything you want. Yes. Steve, I need to talk to you about that, but yes, you're right. You're right. You are right. Oh, gosh. So, how's everybody else's day? Everybody good? I'm not going to keep going on. I'll leave it. Probably it's 3:27, about 3:30. The next 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes or so, I'll shut it down. It's been a good afternoon. I hope you've all had a good afternoon. Marie, do you still have your visitors? Are they still there for another day or so? You don't have to tell me. I know that you did have family in that there and that. Let's see here. Let me see. So funny. You know what? Sometimes I get talking. I totally forget. It's just me talking. I'm literally talking back to the chat. And you don't notice it. And other times you stop dead in your track. And it's like, it's so silent. I can't hear anything except maybe the fridge running. Oh, thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, they went back to Turkey. Yeah, Marie, everybody must have had a good time seeing them. I imagine, you know what, when you see the kids and stuff, when you see kids after time frame, it's funny. We find that with our nieces and stuff. Our niece has kids. She has two little girls, and our other niece has kids too. When you see the kids, it's so weird because it sometimes like 4 or 5, 6 months in between. Sometimes it's longer. Right now, I think we saw them in October or September, so it's been 5 months now. So literally, I have to count on my fingers, everybody. But literally, it's sometimes, it's that time frame of a few months, and they're just little kids, and that time frame of not seeing them. It's so funny when you see them next. They get so big. They're talking a little bit more. They're doing this and that. But we see, you see them on Instagram and Facebook and all the pictures, and it's great to see them. But and sometimes Skype or any of the programs we watch video or FaceTime or whatever, you see the kids get on there and they'll talk. But the kids only want to be on there for a second and they run. But it's so funny when you actually see them. It's the same when they see our kids and that they're like, oh my gosh, look at the kids have grown and stuff. But it is so nice to see them, isn't it? No, they're paying. Oh, Marie, I love it. No joking, I know you were Marie. Joe says that means the house is empty and we can go on vacation at Marie and Martin's now. Oh yeah. Marie's like, no. She's already got people blocking the entrance to the country, Joe. Well, maybe not for you, Joe, but for me. She says, as Keg is always saying, if I get to Australia, there'll be somebody waiting for me. I'll be escorted back either onto the plane or just no entrance to where he is. It's blocked off from where he is for sure. Purchase Marie says, hey Joe, get your flights, free board there for you and the kids. Oh my gosh, Marie, you know what? Someday we will go. And we always talk, it's funny. Everybody in my family, my mom, like my dad's gone now, but my mom and dad, well, if my dad was alive, they went over to Ireland, and I think they just went. I don't know if they went to England and Scotland. I don't know, but they went to Ireland because that's where my dad's family were from, and they went over and they had a blast. They got to see all the family, and that they got to see where my grandparents grew up and stuff. Now, unfortunately, where my grandparents grew up, I think now they flattened the farmhouse where they grew up, and it's fields or something like that, or I think exactly, and they wanted to go see the grave sites, but unfortunately back when my grandmother was born in like 1907 or 1906, my dad's mother, so her parents would have, they don't actually have the records of where everyone is buried, or they say they're buried in these cemeteries, but you don't know exactly where they're located. But the only problem with trying to find out your ancestry stuff, we went on Ancestry.com, and it goes back to my dad's parents, and then a little bit beyond that. But beyond that, I think the records go up to, there's certain people trying to find, like not just some of my dad's family, and some of the records go up to like 1917 or 1920 and up to that. They're missing a few years, so we haven't been able to locate where they were. But my dad's whole family, literally beyond his brother and sister and stuff like that, and a few aunts and uncles, the rest of them, they're there. My grandmother's, she's from a big family, and all the brothers and sisters, I think a few of them came here. The rest of them stayed in Ireland, and all their families. So over the years, when we were kids, they used to come in the 70s and 80s when I was a little kid. The aunts and uncles would bring their kids over, and they would come. But now they've all had kids and whatever. So now, and some of them have passed on. So listen to me ramble. Anyways, that's. I guess I should. Sometimes I totally forget that I'm actually talking to somebody, talking to a bunch of people. I literally get talking like I'm literally sitting talking to one person. So I'll zip it. Oh, Marie says, Joe, he didn't realize the invite was only for you and the kids. Yeah, exactly. I figured that. I can make that. Hey, Martin, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you. As you can see, you walked in when I was rambling, Martin. I'm sorry about that. I got talking and I got thinking about some things, and I just rambled on. Yes, it's good to see you. Yes, Joe, do you see Martin's here? I can make that. It's nice to see you, Martin. It's good to see you. So, Martin, Marie, quick question. I know Karen Summers has asked, Keg has been asking, when in the future are you and Martin going to have the Purchase live anytime soon, or in the next couple weeks, or in another month? And that a few of us are just wondering. I mean, I imagine Desmond's Donders. Anyways, you don't have to say anything right now, but we're just wondering if you are. That's awesome. If not, that's no worries at all. I probably lost everybody as it is right now, but let's see. Whoops, what did I do? Hopefully I didn't just drop everybody, did I? Hopefully I didn't drop you. There it is. Okay, no, it doesn't look like it. Oh, Marie, Desmond's Donders, I told him your name. Oh, gosh. Yes. Yep. Oh, good. See that, Joe? The Purchase of Maurice saying we should be live tomorrow night. Awesome. That's awesome. You know what? Karen Summers will be so happy, Marie. I think Karen has just been like itching for you two to get back on the air. Oh, gosh. Make that bit. Been busy buying a car. Have you, Martin? That's awesome. Gosh, that's amazing. Desmond's Donders, no problem. Oh, gosh. Still here. Yes. So, when you come to the end, when you're like, what do I talk about now? I as you can see, I have a limit of like over an hour, and then after a point, and then I'm like, oh gosh. See, Joe, I can run out of things to talk about. Oh, Purchase says Karen is missing so much. Oh gosh, I imagine she is. You know what? I see her once in a while. Marie, I see her some mornings when I'm on Michael Fire. Well, it'd be morning for us, but I mean, sometimes you see people, and I don't always get on. Unfortunately, I don't get on. I used to be on just about every day, but unfortunately now I've got other things I have to do, so I don't get on some of the lives like I did previously. But it is what it is. Oh, really, Martin? I got a mini so the girls can get about. Ah, my gosh. Martin, you know what? Those minis here, I don't know what they are there, but they're ridiculous amount of money. I love them, but they're a crazy amount of money over here. But, you know, there's a few that drive around town, and they have it looks like the Union Jack. It's just the colors and stuff. There's, I think, one or two here in London that drives around, and I know it for sure because I see his license plate, and I think he says GRBR or something. I think it looks like Great Britain or something. I don't know if he's British, but anyways, he's got one of the minis, and his car's like blue, red, and white and stuff. It looks like the flag down the sides and in the back, but I think it's for his business because he's got it either on the sides or the back. I can't remember the name of his business, but it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Desmond's Daughters, 9 p.m. is an awful time to go live through. Live though the pictures. Actually, you know what, Dave? It's I imagine it's a good time. At least here, what time's 9 is 5 hours, so it's about 4 p.m. here, but not bad at all. Purchase says it's when you get settled. We can't go earlier. We just need to eat earlier. Yeah, exactly, Marie. That's what I say. When I do it, it's a good time because when I finish, it's perfect time to pick Ethan up, and then you know not too long after I have to go pick Joe up. So, but you know what you do when it's perfect for you, and for us, like the 2 p.m. was always good because we get people in between work or whatever they're doing here, but we also it was a good time 2 p.m. because it's overseas at 7 o'clock, and it's definitely a good time for some people over there because you know what, I imagine they've already either had dinner or whatever, so it's 7 o'clock. They're either finishing or doing whatever, and they're settling into the beginning of their night. So for some, it's a good time. For us, not for everybody, but it's good for us at least. But my favorite is when my wife's Joe can come on, but like she's at work, so she can't come on with me during the day. Oh yes, Steve, I should get going anyways. It's almost 3:40 here, so I should get going in about a minute here. Desmond's daughter said, "Laugh aloud. It's the time Lindsay gets in from work, so I would get wrong if I abandoned her." Oh, Dave, understandable. Excuse me, understandable completely. I can make that. The price of them have dropped as there's so many about now. Maybe it's Martin. Probably over here. It's just because they're imported over here, but they're absolutely beautiful cars. I remember let's put it this way. I remember the minis like when I was a kid. I mean, they really haven't. They've changed just like every company changes the production stuff. But I still love them. I absolutely love them. But they have they have like the special limited editions ones that I think those ones here are a slight big on the bigger side. I don't know how to describe it. A little bit bigger, a little bit more roomier, but they're absolutely beautiful. I love them. I always said to Joe, I would love one of them. That's amazing. I bet you love it. Have you got it yet, Tom Martin, or did you just get it? That's amazing. Yes. Good night, Steve. Have a good one. The purchase, Marie says, but Marie, I find some days are better than others. You never know what days, unfortunately. Sometimes, I guess it can be the time, it can be what everybody's doing. You never know, Marie. You never know. Alex Lopez, hi Jeff, great to see you. Good to see you too, Alex. Nice to have you here. Thank you very much. I know you could be dropping in, but it's great to have you here, Alex. Thanks very much for dropping in. Yes. Yes. Oh, Marie, still one of my favorites. Joe knows that I watch that. I watch it every 4 to 6 months. I know he's the Michael Caine from the original Italian Job, and I love that one. But Marie, that was one of my favorites that Jason Statham did, because in that remade version back a few years ago, I think Charlize Theron's in it, and all those minis in that movie. I love it. I absolutely love that movie, and I loved having seeing Donald Sutherland in it. Oh gosh, Dave Proper. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh gosh, well, it was great to have everybody here. Pauline Newman, hello, how are you? It's nice to see you, Pauline. Everybody say hi to Pauline, to Alex Lopez. It's great to have everybody here. Thank you very much. My spell checker does not work. I can make that. Martin says, my first car was a 1962 Mini, but the new ones are just as great to drive. Got it yesterday. Oh, wow. And our youngest is learning to drive, so it's been out with most of the day. Oh, that's awesome, Martin. That is awesome. Martin, is it a stick, or is it standard, or is it automatic? I don't know. Like, let's put it this way. My first car that I had, I think it was a Dodge car, so it's not one you probably would have had over there. It was just a smaller car, but my first was a standard. And I remember I didn't know how to drive standard. I got a quick thing from my dad on how to drive standard. And that weekend, I think I got it on the Thursday night. Literally on the Friday, I said I was going to my friends here in London. And that was about an hour away. So I drove, on the highway, it's not so bad with the standard. You put it in the gear, off you go. But then when we got to, I stayed overnight, everything was fine. Then the Saturday, we went to a different part of London here, and that part of London, it's got the steepest hill, and it's got like a snake winding road, and then you get up to a point, and it's almost like on a whatever degree, and literally, I had to learn how to drive stick right then and there, because literally I was shifting gears, and you know what happens when it starts rolling back? You have to hold the clutch and the brake at the same time and give her a little bit of gas, pump a little gas. Anyways, I literally, before I hit the car, I learned that you could hear the grinding of the gears as I was shifting. But literally, I say every time I go up that hill, that's where I learned to drive standard. Oh gosh, it's so nice to have you here. Mickey XOXO, hey Mickey, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. As you can see, we're back in London, England, Mickey. Oh gosh. Nice to see you. Thanks very much for coming. Yes, it's stick. Oh, that's awesome. That's still my favorite. Joe, Joe always says we have just an automatic. I have an SUV, and the SUV it's got like it's not a stick, but it's to put it in park, drive, and whatever gear in reverse. But when I drive, I still have my hand on the gear shift in that, even if it's not a. I think the SUV gives you the capability to do shifting. I only do that in the winter if you get in a storm and stuff like that. But usually I stick with just the actual automatic and stuff. But I still like stick shift myself. Style with HR. Hello, how are you? It's great to see you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Back in England, yes, Mickey. I had to come back. You know what? We have all our friends over in the UK here. It's great to have everybody. You know what? Yesterday you could see Bora Bora. Today we're back in England. Tomorrow we'll be back in Bora Bora. I don't know where it is. I keep saying Bora Bora. It's just some kind of sunny place, but I don't know where it is. Oh yes, Alex. Yeah, I'm a world traveler. Tomorrow you never know where I'm going to be, Alex. I could be in Australia. And if Keg was listening, he says no, he won't be in Australia. The minute he lands, we're sending him back. But yeah. Literally, Alex, I just tried to remove the kitchen. That's all this is. It's removing the kitchen so everybody doesn't see the wonderful kitchen behind us. So we just put an image behind us. That's all it is. Oh my gosh, Florida Greg, how you doing? Hello up there in Iceland. Now, wouldn't Iceland be a... You know what? Iceland would be a fantastic place. I would love to go to... Was it Reykjavik or Reykjavik? I'd love to go there. Who did a video from Iceland? Everybody know Marty from Down the Rabbit Hole Travel? She did, I think, a video, I think one of them with her husband that was in Iceland, in, I don't know if it was Reykjavik or wherever, I don't know. Is that the latest one? I know she put one out today, but there was one done on Iceland and that from Down the Rabbit Hole Travel. It's nice to see you, Florida Greg. How's the weather? Is it pretty warm where you are, my friend? Rosorian Buck, how are you? It's good to see you. You know what? It's funny, everybody. I was telling everybody I was going to do a second live at 4 o'clock. It's 3:44. Some of the people that... here's what happens. Usually, the reason I didn't ever have to go offline today is our son Ethan, they had a snow day here. Or not a snow day. We had an ice storm. So they closed all the schools and the school buses. So he stayed home. So I didn't have to close off at 3:30 to go pick him up. So he's upstairs on his Xbox playing. And I was going to close down about 20 minutes ago. And I get talking to everybody, and you know what? Everybody knows once this goofball gets talking, I can't be quiet. I'm sure Joe, I was going to say Jeff, that's me. I was sure my wife could say, yeah, he never stops talking. Joe always says I would have been a good used car salesman. I probably wouldn't be able to sell cars for the life, but I would never quit talking. The only way they'd buy a car is to get me to be quiet, so they could move on. But yeah, I could talk up. I always have a story about something. I don't know why, but I love to talk. But literally, I guess I could close off and come back at 4, but it's about 15 minutes. So the reason that I've been doing Second Lives, I told everybody at the beginning. I noticed that up till Christmas or just before New Year's, the channel had been, you have to get your views up for whatever, for your channel and stuff like that, so people watch and stuff. And up till then, it's a different time of the year, and then holidays came. And after the New Year came, I noticed not a decline, but the channel started going, it just started going down, I guess. Not down, but it changed. People move on to different things, and they do their own thing, which is understandable. That's just life in itself. So I said to him, well, if I don't know how to change this, I don't mind having the whatever, and that's totally fine. I don't expect anybody to come watch or whatever, and that's totally fine. But I said, how do you do this? And she said, I don't know. So I just thought. So what happened was, I end my stream when I picked up my son, and then what would happen is, I went on a couple weeks ago at 4 o'clock. So if anybody ever saw that I come up and it'll say part 2, it'll be the same name of the episode or whatever, whatever the channel's called today, the episode. Then I do something called part 2. The reason for part 2 is some people it's not a good time. The 2 o'clock time frame that I go live isn't good. So what I was doing is I'd end the stream when I pick up my son, then 30-40 minutes later after my son, I'll come on again at 4 o'clock. And I had from 4 to about 4:30. I had a good 30-35 minute time frame, and I would call it short live or something like that. And literally I started doing that, and I just people that came at that time were people that weren't coming at 2 just because they're finishing work or getting home from work or whatever. So that's why that started. It's not every day that I was doing the 4 o'clock, but I've started doing it 2, maybe 3 at the most a week. But anyways, that's what I'm. If I know probably nobody cares, but I'm just trying to explain what I did. Yeah, I heard your area is Iceland. Yes, Florida, Greg. There's a little bit of freezing rain. I think I might have missed a few things. I'm sorry. Yes, I watched it today from something museum. Mickey says it's 76 Fahrenheit here in Dallas. Oh my gosh, Mickey, that sounds amazing. Have to go. Much love, everybody. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. You have a great one, Alex. I hope I didn't just drop out. Can anybody let me know if I'm still here? It says that I'm here, but I'm hoping the stream didn't. It's weirdest thing. My screen went blank for a second. Then it came back. Whoever types something in can just say if we're still live. Let me see here. Desmond's Donders, hello. You in Iceland too? Florida Greg, Desmond's Donders is in Scotland, but Florida Greg, but temperatures will drop by Friday. Purchase, Marie says, any of the day I like when you get a chance to chat. Yes, you know me, Marie, I'm mouthpiece. When I get talking, you just need to say one thing and it's 5 minutes later. Desmond's Donders, no snow but 3 degrees, so a bit cold. Yes. Greg, I love it. 3 degrees. Brr, it's too cold for me. Yes, you know what? I said to my wife, but I do like the change in. I like when it does warm up a little bit. Oh my gosh! I know that it's Campania TV. Campania TV. I know you've changed your name, and yep, Ozat's videos. I'm not saying it correctly. I know you are Campania TV. I know you've changed your name. It says we love you so much. Greetings from Miss Tembel, Turkey. Thank you so much, my friend. It's not that I don't want to pronounce your name correctly. I'm going to mess it up. Yep, Ostas videos, and I know I'm not saying it, but I want to welcome you. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it for coming. I appreciate it. Mickey, any day going to head back to work, meeting at 3 p.m. Nice talking to you. Yes, it was good talking to you too, Mickey. You have a good one, and thanks again for dropping in, okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye. Everybody, Osta's videos, that's, he's definitely been here before, and as Campania TV, he's just, they've changed the channel name, but everybody knows Campania TV. It's the same, Osta's videos, it's the same channel, just change the channel name, as many people do change their channel names and that. So it's great to have you, and they're from Istanbul, Turkey. Very nice gentleman in that. Let's see here. Oh, Florida Greg, you're making me jealous. I'm just relaxing under the palm tree in my... Florida Greg, that needs to be your next thumbnail. See, you know, you can either get the biggest hits to your video, or you never know, Florida Greg. That's exactly how you need to put your thumbnail, Florida Greg. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the Story Dory. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It's great to see you. Thank you very much. Story Dory, as you can see, I've been almost streaming 2 hours. I'm going to go to 4:30 because I notice, here's what usually happens to Story Dory. I'm sure, I know you come in after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I usually go on live from 2 to 3:30 or so, or 3:25, because at that point I have to go off the air because I picked my son up. Today we had a bit of a ice storm overnight. So they closed the schools and the school buses, so all the kids in the public schools and the high schools and stuff, they got the day off. So our kids are home. Our son's up playing Xbox. Our daughter, well, she's at her mother's, and she's glad to be off. But needless to say, I didn't have to drop off, and I got talking to some people, and the next thing I knew, it's half an hour later, and I'm going to go back at 4. But since it's just a few minutes to 4, I'll keep going. And I always notice more people come in at 4 o'clock that don't usually see the stream. So that's why I had been streaming at 4 o'clock. It's always at 4 when I do it live at 4. Just a quick one, usually about half an hour. But I get to see people that you don't see at 4 as well. So that's the reason for that, everybody. Florida Greg says, the Blue Jays pitchers and catchers report next week for spring training. When does spring training start? Just shortly, does it, Florida Greg? And then usually the regular season starts back up, what, the first or second week of April, I guess. So is that about it? I don't want to misspeak, but I think that's what it is. You have what, about, do you have 6 weeks or so down in Florida that they have the spring training, not the spring, I guess the spring training and stuff down there, I would imagine. Is it 6 to 8 weeks or so? Florida Greg, no. Well, you know what, I could never do it. I said to my wife, I said if I took my shirt off, it'd be like going on vacation. I'd have to get a good old wax, unfortunately. All the stuff that I don't have on my head get older, and it grows exactly where you don't want it to. Anyways. Story Dory, understandable. Just glad to catch you at it all. Yeah, Story Dory, it's like I said, I'm trying my best. That's all I am. You know what? It's not a struggle. But it is a constant thing going at this. So I'm just going, trying to keep going with it. But I do like it. It's a lot of fun. And you know what? I like the part of my day where I get to talk to everybody. Like I said, I don't talk to everybody every day, so it's nice. You see some people certain days, and then you see them down the road. So it's awful great to have everybody here. It really is. Campaign, I used my own name instead of TV. Okay, understandable. I understand. Understand. Florida Greg says, I wake up from my nap after 3 p.m. Okay, that makes sense. Anthony Fletcher, hi, how are you, Anthony? It's good to see you. Anthony Fletcher is my son Ethan's friend from school. And the reason Anthony's able to be here right now is because they were off school. And I imagine you enjoyed your day off, Anthony. They had a nice day today. They freezing rain, so they closed the schools and the school buses, so the kids were off. Yes, no worries, Marie. Like I said, I'm still going. I'm going to go for a good 30-35 more minutes, so understandable, Marie. Hey, I have to go. Have a great day, all. Yes, you too, Marie, and Martin. Tell Martin to have a good day too, Marie. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. if you are going tomorrow, I'll have to check on tomorrow. I won't go live at that time. I'll catch you at that time for sure, Marie. Yes, Dave. Exactly, Desmond Donders. Can I come to Florida for a spring break? Wouldn't that be nice? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Florida Greg says, full squad February 18th for spring training. First regular Jays game, March 28th. Ah, okay, so not that long really then, hey? It's, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yes, Marie. Desmond Donders, Dave is in charge. Exactly. Yep. Why can I not? Yep. Osta's videos. My retired soldier. I wish you good luck. Please visit often. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. You have a great one. Thank you again for coming. I appreciate it. Desmond Donders, come on down. Oh my gosh. I'm sure if Dave could get there at this point, as I would, Desmond Donders, I would go down in a second as well. The story of Dory, I would be forced off the internet if I showed myself in a Speedo. Well, I don't think anybody wants to see myself in a Speedo either, Dory. But I don't know who really wants to see too many gentlemen in Speedos. You know, when we see them, we see the gentlemen walking the beaches. Whenever you go to a beach walking in a Speedo, you know what? All the power to them. But yes, I always wondered. But yes, some gentlemen enjoy a good Speedo. No worries, Dave. Desmond Saunders. Well, there's the boss. I have to get going. See you tomorrow. Yes, take care, Dave. And you know what? Have a great night with your wife, my friend. Have a good night. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. I know it was a bit of a long one. So thanks again, Dave. Much appreciated. Anthony Fletcher's. Yeah, it's a chilly day. It sure is, Anthony. I hope, did you get to play on the video games with Ethan, or did you, you must have had a busy day, hopefully. I hope you've had a good one, Anthony. A local Florida park. Yes. Yes. Thank you for looking. Good. Well, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to, let's see here. I can't put this on hold. If I could put this on hold, I would. Now, if anybody's going to be here in the chat for a minute, if they can wait about 60 seconds, I would put a sign up that says "Be right back." But I will be right back. I have to take a break for 30 seconds or so. If you're still here, great. If not, understandable. I am still. I'm going to write in the chat. I am going to be right back. I think I've lost a couple things here. Let me see. Hopefully I'm still on here. Let me see. Let me see. I played with Ethan for a bit. Okay, good. Okay, I will be right back. I'll be right back, everybody. I have to run. I will be back in 30 to 60 seconds. No, oh yes. Story Dory, I'm not going anywhere. I have to make a pit stop for a second. All my kitties, hello everybody. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see you, everybody. All my kitties, everybody. I'm going to be right back. I have to take 30 seconds to a minute. I've been on for about 2 hours, so I'm coming right back. So if people are talking amongst each other, I mean, if you drop off, I understand. But I have to, without shutting the stream down and starting back up, I have to take a break for about 30 seconds to a minute. So if you are here, great. If you have to go, I understand. But I will be right back, everybody, okay? I'll be back in about, probably about 60 seconds, if that's okay with anybody. Hello. Yes, so if everybody doesn't mind, I will be back. I literally have to take a break for about a minute, okay? I just have been on 2 hours, so I have to go, come right back. Is that okay with everybody? Okay, I'll be right back, everybody. I may have lost everybody here. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I knew that people might drop off, but I'm sorry. I was on for about over just a 2-hour time frame, and without shutting it down and starting back the stream, I had nobody to sit in here and say, "Hey, how's everybody going?" But that's what it is, everybody. I'm so sorry. I had to take a break for a minute, but I apologize. I was trying to leave a message that I was coming right back. But I appreciate anybody that came in and stayed. Thank you very much. All my kitties, hello. It's good to see you. Story Dory, thank you. Pack Mule, not going anywhere. John, thanks again. I'm so sorry about that. Story Dory says, everybody hide, make Jeff look for us. Exactly. I'm so sorry. I honestly had a little bit to drink. I had coffee and some water while I've been on for the last 2 hours. I didn't make a pit stop, so I'm very sorry, everybody. Braden Brand Reality. Hello, everybody. Just stopping by for a moment. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Braden Brand Reality TV, thank you so much. All my kitties, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Still here. Pack Meal, thank you so much. No apologies needed. Florida Greg says people will stay. Florida Greg, thank you so much. It's okay. Thanks, Anthony Fletcher. Everybody, Anthony Fletcher is our son's friend that he goes to school with. They had a nice storm last night here, so they closed the schools and the school buses, so the kids they were home all day, so that was kind of nice. I'm sure they all had a good time. I think Anthony was playing with our son on Xbox at some point today, and looks like they were having a good time. All my kitties, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming. You're welcome. Thank you again. So sorry, everybody. Yes, Story Dory, nature does call your answer. No apologies needed. Thank you so much. Now this is when the Streamlabs would be great. I could put up a message that says "Be right back," but since I don't have that, I should have put a piece of sticker up on that says "Be right back." Oh gosh, yes. So how's everybody's day doing? We've been on for a little bit of time today. I was expecting. Usually, what happens? I go live at 2 o'clock, and I go to about 25 after 3. Then I go pick up our son, and we get home, and it's about 10 to 4. Then I've been coming on the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I've been coming on again at 4 o'clock for half an hour, because that gives me enough time to go. Let me find out now. Actually, that's a good question. I should make a phone call. See what's going on. I need to find out if I'm going to pick my wife up, because I may not be doing this live much longer. I'm going to have to quickly find out if I'm going to pick my wife up, because I was supposed to pick her up for 4:30 if she was done, but I need to see if that's what we're doing. I totally forgot about this today. Let's see here. I don't think she might be taking my phone call. Let me just see. Totally forgot about that today. We had swimming lessons for 5:30, and my wife is done at 4:30 today. She worked earlier, so I need to find out if we're going to swimming tonight still. And I think we actually may be, so I'm going to make this real quick. Hopefully she answers the call, which I don't think she is. So on that note, I don't think she is. She didn't answer. So, let's see. Yeah. Anyways, I guess I'm going to have to call this. I thought I was going to be going on to 4:30. I totally forgot. I was thinking I was going to end this at 4:30 and go pick my wife up. But my wife started at 8:30 to 4:30 today instead of working to 5, since our son does have swimming lessons. And since she's never called, it looks like I'm probably going to have to go pick her up. I'm so sorry about this, everybody. I should have ended it when I did the nature calls, unfortunately. That was not my intentions. I'm really sorry for that today. I am apologizing through my Yazoo today, but I needed to do that because I've made this a little bit of a mess today. I didn't mean to. I honestly thought I was going to go for another half hour. But I'm realizing what time it is, and I'm going to have to go, everybody. I hope, you know what? Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Yes, you too, Story Dory. Literally, I totally forgot that this is the day my wife works to 4:30, so I'm going to have to run right now. I'm really sorry about that. everybody have a good afternoon, evening, and I really appreciate you for coming. I would usually keep going for half an hour, but this is a time that I have to pick my wife up. I'm really sorry. No problems. Hope the roads are safe. Yes, I'm hoping they are too. Have a good day. John, AU Pack Mule, thank you so much. Story of Dory, everybody, all my kiddies. Florida Greg, Braden Brand Reality. Everybody that came today, it was, like I said, a long one today. I really appreciate you for coming, okay? But I'm going to have to go. I have to get my son and get down to pick up what's going on. He might have probably left, so probably good idea to end the stream. Yeah, I better not leave this run or I could be in big trouble, right, Story Dory? Anyways, everybody have a good one, okay? I'll catch you either tomorrow or the next time we see you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.